it's Jolene. Welcome back to the Home Stitch Decor YouTube channel. In today's sew along, I am going to do another rug in a beige color. So we're just going to sew and chat like we always do. Hi from Calgary, Alberta, Canada. If you haven't seen my stuff before, I will put a link throughout the video description showing you all the things that I do, and we'll just chat along as we go. So as you can see, it's a beautiful sunny day here in Alberta, Canada. And we're going to start our rug by folding our first strip of fabric into thirds. So the color at the very start of it will all be uniform. This is the trickiest little part of the rug, making sure we get this first start done properly. Just cut a couple extra little threads there. And it's still too long, so we'll try one more time. Well, we're going to try as many times as it takes, actually, is what we're going to do. And now it's a little too short. Always fun trying to get this first part of it started here. Okay, this looks pretty good. We'll just move it a tiny little bit up. And we're starting with the widest zigzag. This machine is a Singer heavy duty. And the thread is a 40 weight polyester, and I always start by going in reverse. The needle is a 40. The needle is 116 jeans needle. So the fabric I'm using is quilt cotton. I use quilt cotton and paper in my business. Those are my two main mediums that I work in. And the first part of the rug, of course, is the trickiest, so I'm just going to squishy this strip here right around the corner. Make sure I get everything nice and tight and flat. And I think my thread has done something weird here, but I'm going to check when I'm past this corner, just to make sure. I think it kind of pulled. Yes, it did kind of pull. It is completely out of the guides here. So I'm going to just come back, and I'm actually gonna, just because that's done that on the very first little round here, and I don't like to fuss around with things, I'm just gonna quickly change my needle, just in case that's the problem. I have sewn several rugs on this needle, so I have no issue just making sure that I've got the best quality products, and I want to do them as efficiently as possible. So I don't want thread breaking throughout this process. So I'll just quickly change my needle here. I say quickly, and then of course, I think anytime you go on a camera and say that you're going to do something quickly, that's definitely the time that you will not be doing it quickly. All right. My room is super organized. This is just a little mini screwdriver that my other half, my husband, gave to me. So I have something I can just quickly adjust things on my sewing machine. As mentioned, if you're not familiar with what I do, I sell modern farmhouse home decor. I sell it online, on my website, in local stores. I do wholesale, and I'm at the biggest farmers markets here in Calgary, Alberta. So if you ever want to find me, just head on over to my website, and all of the details about where I'm at and when I'm there and who's got what are all there on my website. Okay, yeah, this is much better. Hopefully this will be the end of the needle drama. So the rugs are my relaxation project at the end of a very long work day. It's just about 4 o'clock here in Calgary, so I try to sew a rug at least one a day before my husband gets home from work. I try to whip this off. I've spent the whole day, you know, doing techie things on my website, working on designs, working on my newsletters, working on my emails, all those kinds of things. And then I like to, you know, just get a rug done by the end of the day because they sell so quick anyway. I want to make sure I always have lots in stock. So I do have help from a sewing company that helps me sew just the strips. So the strips are 2.5-inch wide fabric, and it's sewn over Pellon batting. I use an AccuQuilt Studio to cut my strips for my fabric and for the batting. And then I design the rugs, like lay out all the strips that I want. You can actually see me do that. I'm new to Flosstube, but I have, gosh, I would say probably a couple hundred videos on my YouTube channel, so you can go back and watch my entire process. I talk a lot about business, and I do a lot of these sew-alongs, so try to mix it up a little bit and give some girls that, or girls and guys, whoever wants to start small business stuff. I have a whole bunch of tips and tricks for things to do, and actual techie things to do as well on my website to make things easier for people. So you can go back and watch that. But I just learned about Flosstube, so I thought, well, I'm going to give it a try. I'm going to make some videos and just tag back in Flosstube and see what happens with growing it. Any traffic to my website is good traffic, so any traffic to my YouTube channel is good traffic too. So hello, everybody in Flosstube land. I'm excited, actually, to get in on it. I do sew a lot, so if I have some, you know, some things going on that I can watch on my TV while I'm doing it, that's a bonus for me. Even though I do a lot of, like, learning tutorials and stuff like that, sometimes you just need to zone out and watch another crafter do something. It's super fun, right? Yeah. See, I told you this is my happy day. This is, at the beginning of the video, I'm like, you know, and then I get into it and I'm like, oh yeah, no, this is my happy time to sew a rug round and round. Now I've sewn hundreds of these, so I'm pretty good at making them flat. Some people call me the rug lady, but I'm actually Home Stitchery Decor, which is HOMESTITCHERY decor.com, and I'll put a QR code in the video right here, somewhere around here for you guys. You can head to my website after you watch the video. Please watch the video, and then go check out all the lovely products that are there for you as well, or open the website up in a different browser and watch the video. Of course, everyone knows to comment nice comments on people's things, and hit the like button and the thumbs up button and the subscribe button so you get notified when I'm putting out a new video. And I'll try to make as many of these sew-along videos as possible. Because I sew the rugs in like multiples of the same colors, I don't really want to bore you guys if I'm making the exact same rug. But I know I haven't made this one yet, so this one can come up on the YouTube channel, and away we go. So we're coming up on the end of March here in Calgary, and that means my studio here is very full. And my online store has everything in it as to what is available for sale. And that's because in about 3 weeks, we start the farmer's market season here. So I try to have as much stock as possible going into the summer market. And that way I can kind of kick back and relax, hang out with some of my vendor friends while we're at the market, get a suntan, eat a waffle. The waffle truck guy here is delicious. I used to be right next to him, which was fabulous, but now I'm down the way in the Bearspaw Lions Farmers Market, so I don't get as many waffles in the morning, probably good for my waistline, but yeah, anyway, it's one of my favorite things to do in the whole wide world, I'll tell you that. I used to go to the farmer's market all the time, and I used to think, oh my gosh, wouldn't it be great to have something that you could just sell at the farmer's market, and then, you know, go there on a Saturday morning and hang out with all these people. And, you know, lo and behold, now that's what I do for work. So it's so awesome. The people are so nice. It's just such a welcoming environment. And then, of course, you know, you can always get things from other vendors. And today for lunch, I wasn't really hungry, so I decided, well, I'll just go ahead and have some toast, and realized that I need to get back to the farmer's market because I ate the last of the crabapple jelly, which is my absolute favorite, from this one jam and jelly maker. I was very sad that I'm going to be, oh, see, and here I've just missed it just a wee little bit. So I'm going to put a pin in here and come back later and zip that up. I don't want to miss. It's hard for me sometimes when I'm talking, because if you go off just like even a hair, you can miss. Which is probably a good thing that I don't videotape every rug that I make, and that I make multiples of stuff, because I want to do this for fun, right? Like for my relaxation. So if I videotaped everything, then I would have to talk all the time. Now when I go to make the 3rd, 4th, 5th of this rug, I'll be able to do it all by myself. I just have the strips here loosey-goosey on a basket on the floor here, because you want this feeding in one to just have no tension on it whatsoever. That's when you're going to get a swirl in the rug or a wave here. So you don't want to have that happen. You don't want to be pushing or pulling on this rug in any way. I've never used a pattern for these rugs. I saw them once in a store and knew right away that I could make these. But there is what they call a jelly roll rug pattern, and you're welcome to purchase that from, I think it's Roma Quilts. I'm pretty sure it's Roma Quilts, RJ Designs. They have all kinds of patterns. I think it's been a couple of years since I looked at her site, so I don't really know what she's got. If she has anything new. And like I say, I never used a pattern. I just did it on my own. But if you need a pattern for a project like this, go buy her pattern. She's a pattern maker. She could use some money. I just try to sew them as quickly as possible. Get them photographed. The photographs that you see on my site are all taken by me in my house. So that's my actual house. You see the kitchen, the bathroom with the shower curtain. The shower curtain I design as well. I have multiple shower curtains on my website available for people that are interested in like the mix and match decor that I do. And then of course you can't see it here, you know, in this video, but in behind me, in behind the camera is the side of the room that I have all the products lined up on that I actually sell. And I do have those in other videos, so you can go back and watch, and you'll be able to see me like standing in front of all the products that are available. And I've got a couple of, you know, craft room tours as well. In the video description, I'll link to the blog post that has all of the materials and supplies that I use in this. I'm an affiliate for every single craft thing that I use. So as much as possible, I try to make sure that I'm using quality materials, and then I sign up. You know, I've got all the things to sign up, like a valid website, and everything looks professional, and I have payment options and terms and conditions and shipping policies, all those kinds of things that make you qualify to be an affiliate for something, because I am running a business. So if you want to use any of the links to purchase, I do get paid. So I thank you immensely for that, because it helps me feed my Cocker Spaniel. But you're not obligated to. It's just a way for me to make some extra money. And to be honest, it's not that much money yet, but one day it will be. I hope as my channel grows and, you know, people get to know you and they get to know your products and stuff like that, they'll start using the links that you provide to shop for their own goods. On my website, there's an email sign-up form if you're interested in being on the newsletter. If you're in Canada or the United States, you can be, once you put your email in, you're entered to win the dish towel of the month. The dish towel of the month that you can win is sent to you in the first newsletter, and then I do a draw the very last day of the month. Terms and conditions apply. It's not affiliated with YouTube whatsoever. They have absolutely nothing to do with it. It's just something that I run on my own website, and you have to live in Canada or the United States to win. And I just draw a random email subscriber every month, and then I get your address from you, and I send you the dish towel of the month free of charge. Absolutely free of charge. No strings attached. You don't have to buy anything to be qualified for it or anything like that. But I have no way of contacting you if you're not on my email list. So that's why you have to give an email. And you can opt out of emails at any time. Every single page on my website has a opt-out option. For, you know, anybody that doesn't want email marketing, just click off of that if you want to. You have to be on the email list every month. You can't sign up and then sign out and expect to win the towel. You have to actually be on there. So once you've gone out of it, I can't email you without your permission. Those are the laws in this in Canada, and I'm sure there's even stricter laws in other states. So we want to, you know, be respectful of the laws and stuff like that. And dang it, people, it's a free dish towel. I mean, it's a free dish towel. If you want it, you have to sign up. Like, just be nice about it. And then on Tuesdays, in Tuesday's newsletters, that's when I give the discount codes for products. So I get them all the time, but I try to just whip them up into a newsletter that's cohesive for everybody. So you'll get the news and views from some of the affiliate programs that I'm in. And if you're watching the channel here for the trainings that I do, and I'm sharing links to tech tools as well, I'm also an affiliate for those tech tools. So things like Tailwind, Camtasia, VAs, so virtual assistants, things like that. I share the links for, and then I teach you how to do it. So if you want to start your own business, you can follow along with some of the tips and tricks that I have here on the channel and get your own stuff started up. Because everybody knows our economy runs on small business. If we didn't have any small businesses, all we would have left is Amazon. And I like Amazon. I'm an affiliate for Amazon. You can get this machine from an Amazon link that I'll share with you. But we need to have small businesses in our communities, doing things in the communities, giving back to the communities, participating in teachings in the communities, mentoring younger people in the community. All of those kind of things are very high on my list to participate in. Kind of a non-negotiable for me. Have to make the time to, you know, mentor a lady younger than you, or, you know, sign up for a Boys and Girls Club just to get you know, just some community back into the world, right? This is one of my favorite times of day to film as well. I love, love, love the light coming in from this window. Makes me happy. One of the other things you should know is if I am filming and my husband comes home, I just end the video. Because I can start and stop this at any time, and when my guy comes home, I just want to go, you know, cook dinner, get settled in for the night, and then I might work on my computer when we're watching television, mostly because he likes to watch sports and I just like to sit with him. But I definitely don't feel the need to work 24/7 anymore. I'm doing this so we can have a better life, and I need to, you know, take time to rest and let my mind calm down from the day's events. I typically sew these rugs in an oval, and the biggest I do is about 44 inches long. I find that if I try to do them much bigger than that, they kind of go cattywampus on me. So they do vary in size. I go from 20 to 44 strips of fabric, and the strips of fabric are cut 2.5 inches. The batting is cut 2.5 inches, and then I place the batting on top of the fabric, fold it twice in, and sew a straight line, and that's how we get the tube here going. And as mentioned, I use an AccuQuilt Studio machine for that with the AccuQuilt Studio dies, but you can do it with the 2.5 inch die cutting on the AccuQuilt Go as well. AccuQuilt has wonderful tools. They are a bit pricey, but I have found if I've had any kind of an issue whatsoever, they've been really quick to respond, which is super. And then because I'm using Studio dies as well, they're just much thicker, right? So they don't really, I haven't had an issue with any of them breaking. And if there's a project that you want to work on that's custom to you, you can actually contact AccuQuilt and have them make you up a custom die. I know everybody's, you know, they say, oh, it's so pricey, it's so pricey. I bought the Soup Bowl Cozy die and like bolts of Pellon Wrap and Zap batting, and I have made more money off of Soup Bowl Cozies at Christmas markets than off of pretty much anything else. I cannot keep them in stock at all. They're second to my rugs, my best sellers. It's crazy. Last year, at Christmas 2022, I made double what I made for Christmas 2021, and I still sold out. So this next year, I'm going to quadruple that effort. The more you have, like if you go to a booth and they only have 5 or 6 things sitting on the table, nobody's going to buy anything. You can go and look at a video. I think I have one like my farmers market booth tour. It might even be in the shorts. And go and look and see how full my booth is. And it's just a 10 by 10 tent typically for the weekend markets with folding plant racks and dowels in between the metal stands, and the dowels I use for hanging all the products on. So the shelves, they'll have my dish drying mats and my hand crocheted dishcloths are in bins, and I have pillows, and then I have my mandalas. Those are all on the actual stands. And then in between the stands I have these wooden dowels, and that's where I hang up all of the rugs and the dish towels and placemats and table runners. I try to use every single inch available to me, and I hang rugs all the way around the inside of my tent. And that booth only takes me 1 hour to set up. From the time I pull up with my car, pull the tent out, get the sandbags on it, nail down the legs, set up the racks, and then hang everything up. And every rack is color coordinated, because each product I have multiple products that go with this. So there'll be dish cloths that go with this, dish drying mats, soup bowl cozies, dish towels, pillows, and mandalas. And then this year I'm introducing a couple new products, but not yet because I haven't made a video about them yet. So I'm not going to tell you what they are yet. You'll have to stay tuned to the channel. So every product has something that coordinates with it, which creates for easy mix and match set buying for me. Now, if you're sewing these rugs and you're a person that needs to iron because you've made a wave in it, the very best thing I use is Mary Ellen's Best Press. So I'll give it a spray and then give it an iron with that. And that will help the material and the batting relax. I cut my own batting using Pellon, I believe it's 93.7 cotton poly with some scrim. So my rubs are super thick, but you can also purchase Pellon batting strips. And in the video description, I'll put a link to the blog post. And then that blog post has every single thing that I use to make, like no hiding anything. There's all the links there. You don't have to shop on the links. You're not obligated to, but I will tell you everything because I feel like I'm going to make these rugs, which is fine. And some people are going to purchase the rugs, also fine. But there are a lot of people that really want to make their own products, and they just need to know what to do, right? And I feel like I can't make rugs for every person on the planet anyway. So why not share the information with other people and let them have some fun? All right, I can tell that that bobbin is coming to an end, and I don't want any pulling at all. I will just quickly flip it out and put a new one in. When you restart, make sure you tack that down really well. You don't want those threads coming out for any reason whatsoever. I want to make products so good that every single person tells a friend about my products. That's how my business got started. And I want to make quality products that are so good. You tell your girlfriends, you tell your mom, you tell your best friend, you tell your guy friends. I have a lot of repeat customers, and they are the friendliest people on the planet. It's so nice when you go to the farmer's market and you see one of your repeat customers coming up, and you just know that it's going to be, you know, a 10-15 minute visit. Maybe they won't buy anything at all, but just to have that support where a bunch of people stand around and, you know, tell you how nice your things are is such an ego boost. Such a good feeling with all the crap that goes on in the world. It's so nice to get yourself to that level. Thread, thread, everywhere a thread. Cutting some off, making sure things are perfect. Always like having a great big bowl beside me for threads. I don't know what it is about it, but I love it. I don't like a mess in my studio. I don't like a mess anywhere. If you see the, excuse me, if you go to my website and look at all of the products and all of the photos, that's my actual home, right? So I really like having, you know, things neat and tidy. And then if somebody decides to pop over to get something, I'm not in a rush running around my house trying to clean things up before somebody comes over. It's always, okay, come on in. You know, I might have to change my shirt if I'm hanging out in sweatpants and looking kind of grubby, but pretty much within 15 minutes notice, somebody can pop over here. It's actually one of my favorite things about working from home. I can get so much done in a day, and our life, like for both myself and my husband, it's so calming. You know, he comes home and the laundry's done. I wouldn't have that opportunity if I was still working full-time outside the house. And at this point, this is still just my, well, this is my full-time job. And I have a part-time job. Outside the house, I still have a part-time job, which I'm not quite ready to give up yet because I love it as well. And maybe when my sewing takes off to the point that I can, I'm going to have a really, you know, good think about what I'm going to do going forward. I love my part-time job, which not a lot of people can say. Gets me out of the house a little bit, gets me visiting. Looking for a sewing machine table, the best place I know that sells them is Sewing Machines Plus. Their link is in the blog description. They have so many options for sewing machine tables and cabinets and drop downs, and like sewing cases that go underneath, organizational tools. Of course, they've got all of the sewing machines that any sewing machine you can imagine you can get from them. And they're in the States, so they have you know, really affordable shipping. And you can also get parts and accessories from them. It's like a one-stop shop for all your sewing table and sewing accessory needs. Now, I don't know if you can hear it, but the machine is starting to labor a little bit. So what I do is I just flip my rug in half here, And I'm just going to start to give it a little bit of help by lifting up some of the weight off this one corner, making sure that this is loosey-goosey as we go around the corners. We don't want to push or pull or anything. This is a lot of fabric and a lot of batting. And I want to make sure that I treat my machine as nicely as possible so it keeps working for me. You'll be able to find rugs in all kinds of colors. I think there's about 40 on my website right now. Maybe not 40 colors, but 40 quantity for sure. I have them in all kinds of different colors. When I'm done this rug, I'm going to give it a shot of Best Press, like just a fine mist over top of it. I have the lavender one right now. I really like that one. And I'll just iron everything, you know, super flat, right? Pretty it up. Put the final touch on it. But I typically don't have to iron anything as I'm going round and round. I've done so many of them now. I know the only reason you're getting waves in it, cheap fabric, thin batting, and you're pushing and pulling stuff. That's why. Fabric from the dollar store, probably not a good idea for this project because you'll cry. And of course, if you cry, you can always try my if you cry, you can just buy policy, which isn't really a policy. It's just, I know how many people have tried to make these rugs and have had zero success with it and would much rather just purchase one. That's where I come in. You can learn from me, but you can also purchase a rug. And we're flipping and we're turning and we're taking the weight off at this angle, giving it a little help from this angle, making sure we don't have any loose threads from this angle. It's a whole process here. Check something. That one, okay. I want to make sure everything's perfect before it goes out to a customer. Super fussy. All right, coming up on the end of it here. Probably means my husband will be home any minute. Kind of a little surprised he didn't walk in the door already because I'm doing this one a little late today. I'm going to photograph this one, get it up on the website. So funny, I am out of bobbin thread. Out. That happens so many times right at the very end of the rug. Just because of the number of strips I'm doing and how I wind my bobbins. I try not to overwind them because they have a tendency to break. And then I am buying new bobbins, which is kind of annoying. as you can see, there's a nice long taper on the end of this. So down here, it's probably 1.25 inches, and up here, it's about 1/2 inch. I want everything to just, you know, have a professional ending to it. I don't want a big chunk of it at the end. And then as I'm sewing the taper in, I don't know if you guys have ever seen this thing. It's called That Purple Thing, and it's got a flat end here. You can see it, and then a pointy end here. And these, either end will fit underneath the presser foot as you're coming to the end of a project. So I can get this taper in just by pushing it nice and snug here to the end. And I just change my width a little bit for a couple little stitches at the end. Make sure I've got it tacked down with just a tiny bit smaller zigzag. And that is it. That is all for today. All right, we're going to give this a press. Of course, I'm going to flip it over and just make sure that I haven't missed anything with the folded edge here. Just have a double look. Hold it up to the light. Make sure I haven't actually gone off anywhere where there would be a little gap. And if there is, I'm going to go back and just fix that up real quick. So that's it for today's video, you guys. Have a great day. And yeah, go check out the website. It's super fun. All right. Bye.